Hi everyone, I'm Vanessa with the Bolinas Library, and today we're going to read some stories, sing some songs, and do a few activities. It's been a while since our last story time, and even longer since we have been in the library together. It's been a while, and the library misses you so much, and we're so sad you can't be in here with us. But in the meantime, you can still check out books, and you can have an adult help you find those books, so you can still be reading. And someday we'll be in the space together. In the meantime, I have a couple books today about libraries, and I wonder if you ever think about what's happening in the library when no one's in it, when it's just sitting there empty and all alone. Is it a little lonely? All right, well today we're going to read a library book called The Midnight Library by Kazuno Kohara with permission from Roaring Book Press. And let's see what happens to this little library late at night. Once there was a library that opened only at night. A little librarian worked there with her 3 assistant owls. Every night, animals came to the library from all over town, and the little librarian and her 3 assistant owls helped each other and everyone find a perfect book. The library was always busy, but it was also a peaceful and quiet place, until one night when a band of squirrels began to play music. Shh, said the little librarian. Please be quiet in the reading room. Bang, crash, toot. Oh no. We're sorry, said the squirrels, but we're trying to find a good song for our next concert. Then follow me, said the little librarian, and she showed the squirrels to the activity room. Silence settled upon the library once more, while the band played their instruments as loud as they liked. Later that night, the little librarian was busy putting books away when suddenly it started to rain. Oh dear, said the little librarian, there must be a hole in the roof. But sitting on top of a bookshelf, she found a wolf, and she was crying so much her tears fell like rain. Oh, what is the matter, Miss Wolf? Asked the little librarian. Something very sad happened in my story, and I can't read it anymore, replied the wolf. Please don't cry, said the little librarian, and she took Miss Wolf to the storytelling corner. They read a book together until gradually the wolf began to smile. The librarian and her assistants knew the story had a very happy ending. Ding, ding! The bell rang out as the sun came up. It was time for everyone to go home. One by one, the animals left the midnight library, all except one new visitor. A tortoise reading slowly in a corner, and he would not move. I must stay until I finish reading this book, said the tortoise. I have 500 pages left. Let us make you a library card, said the little librarian. Then you can borrow this book and take it home with you. Oh, how wonderful, said the tortoise, and how lucky I am. Goodbye, Mr. Tortoise. Have a good day. The 3 owls and the little librarian gave the empty library a good dust and a sweep. Then finally it was time to find one last book, a very special book, a book of bedtime stories for 3 sleepy owls. Sleep tight. Oh, the end. I like how when Miss Wolf was feeling a little sad, they sat down together and read a book, and by the end of the story, Miss Wolf was feeling a little bit better. Does that ever work for you if you're ever feeling a little frustrated or sad to sit down and take a moment and read a book? I know it does in our house. How about you? What kind of books make you feel better? Now we're going to make some owl bookmarks so you can have some of your very own little owls in your library at home. Even if you only have a couple books, you can still say that you have a library of your very own, and your library will probably grow as you get older and older and start collecting more and more books. Or maybe you collect books from the library and then you bring them back and trade them out with other books so that we can all keep borrowing books and sharing books together. These bookmarks our little owls, and I'll show you how to make them. We're going to get pieces of paper, make a circle on one piece of paper and a triangle and two ovals, and then you cut them out and then glue on some eyes, or you can draw the eyes on, and another triangle for the nose and two little legs. And if you have a popsicle stick, you can use that for the base of the bookmark. And then there you have it, your own little owls. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Next, we're going to read another book called Bats in the Library, written and illustrated by Brian Lies, with permission from Houghton Mifflin Company. Another inky evening's here. The air is cool and calm and clear. We've feasted, fluttered, swooped, and soared, and yet we're still a little bored. What do you do when you're bored? All this sameness leaves us blue and makes us ache for something new. Then word spreads quickly from afar. A window has been left ajar. Ooh, there's a window open somewhere. Can it be true? Oh, can it be? Yes, bat night at the library. The sky is lovely as we race together toward our favorite place. Eager wings beat autumn air. Look, that's it. We're almost there. Then squeezed together wing to wing, we rocket through the opening. We've waited for this night all year, but this is it at last. We're here. For most old bats, this isn't new. They've got lots of things to do. They'll flutter off and lose themselves among the books lined up on shelves. Other bats in munchy moods will study guides to fancy foods, or hang out by a lamp instead to talk about the books they've read. But little bats will have to learn the reason that we must return. The ones who haven't come before have no idea what's in store. Some of them will drift away and figure out a game to play, like shaping shadows on the wall or wingtip tag around the hall. Look at the shadows. Do you ever make shadows in your house with a light or a flashlight in the shapes of your hand? This big box is loads of fun, blasting brighter than the sun. Instead of copying books from shelves, we can duplicate ourselves. Oh, they're using a photocopy machine. Doesn't matter where you look, there's nothing like a pop-up book. The fountain water's nice and cool and makes a splendid swimming pool. Uh-oh. Oh no, please keep it down. You must behave. This library is not your cave. That looks like a cave to me. It's hard to settle down and read when life flits by at dizzy speed, but story time is just the thing to rest a play-exhausted wing. And if we listen, we will hear some distant voices drawing near. Louder, louder, louder still, they coax and pull us in until everyone, old bat or pup, has been completely swallowed up and lives inside a book instead of simply hearing something read. No more melted cheese for me. Breathless, lost within the tale, no one sees the sky grow pale. What's gonna happen? What is that light? A lamp? The moon? Our bookish feast can't end so soon. It feels as though we've just begun, but now we leave our books half done. Through the window into sky, it's much too late. We've got to fly, but maybe a librarian will give us bats this chance again and leave a window open wide to let us share the world inside. For now, we'll dream of things we've read, a universe inside each head, every evening, one and all. We'll listen for that late night call. Can it be true? Oh, can it be? Yes, bat night at the library. And here is the picture of the author, and they're upside down hanging upside down. Oh my goodness. What do you think about that? Bats in the library. Let's sing a couple songs now about bats. Okay, this song is called 5 Little Bats, and let's get our 5 little fingers so we can use as our bats. Ready? 5 little bats flying in from the door, 1 flew away, then there were 4. 4 little bats hiding in a tree, 1 flew away, and then there were 3. 3 little bats looking down on you, 1 flew away, and then there were 2. 2 little bats hiding from the sun, 1 flew away, then there was just 1. 1 little bat hanging all alone, oh, he flew away, and then there were none. Where'd they go? Maybe they all flew back together. Do you want to try and sing that one more time? Okay, let's do it. 5 little bats came flying in the door, 1 flew away, then there were 4. 4 little bats hiding in a tree, 1 flew away, then there were 3. 3 little bats. What did the 3 do? Looking down on you, 1 flew away, and then there were 2. 2 little bats hiding from the sun, 1 flew away, and then there was just 1. 1 little bat hanging all alone, then he flew away, and then there were none. Okay, now let's try this other song called Sleeping Bats. Okay, ready? Bats are sleeping, upside down, sleeping in the morning sun, waiting for the night to come. Then they fly around, Bats are sleeping, upside down, sleeping in the morning sun, waiting for the night to come. Then they fly around. For our last activity, we're going to make some bats. You might have noticed my little bat friends behind me in our library. There's a few different ways you can make some bats. You can get a piece of paper, whether it's printer paper or a black piece of paper, and you can fold your paper in half. Then you can either use a template or have an adult, or you can do it. Draw just half of a bat, one side of the wing and half of his body. And then you cut along the lines once you've drawn it. And once you've opened it up, you have a bat. And it can look however you want it to. And it can be as silly or realistic as you want. And I have some googly eyes, but you can also draw some eyes. You can decorate it with paint or glitter or whatever you have around your house. Let's see. Another way you can make a bat is by using your own hands. This bat's a little silly. You can trace your hands and cut them out, and those can be the wings of the bat. And then you can draw on a separate piece of paper a head and cut it out, and then tape or glue it all together and also decorate it. You can decorate yours much fancier than mine. I just added a couple quick eyes and some teeth. You could also use your bat like a paper airplane and fold it. Let's see. If you have someone in your house that knows how to make paper airplanes, ask them if they can fold your bat, so that it can turn into a paper airplane, and then watch it fly. Whoo! Oh, where did it go? Another thing you can do with your bats is on the back you can tape a piece of paper so that it makes a little loop, and then you can get a string in your house And tie it up to one side of your house. Some ribbon will do. And then put the ribbon through the loop underneath the bat and experiment with different levels of holding the string or the ribbon to see how fast you can get the bat to fly. Ooh, let's see. When I do it like this, it's not really going. How about a little bit lower? It's kind of getting stuck on the tape. Come on, fly bat, fly! There you go. He's flying! We might have to adjust that a little bit. Let's try again. Woo! You can experiment to see if you can get your bat to go fast all the way across the room on your ribbon. Woo! Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me, reading a few books, singing some songs, and doing a couple activities. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye!